GoPro has released a Hero for only $200 with 1440p at 60 frames per second. You would think of an action camera that can record 1440p at 60 frames per second as a camera that is worthy above $200. And that little point right there kind of proves of how much GoPro is struggling. It may not look like it on the surface, but GoPro is completely shattering right now. They got the GoPro Hero 6, the GoPro Hero 5, and now the brand new Hero along with the Fusion. They got rid of all the sessions, and the new Hero camera is a $200 just named Hero. But talking about their sales, they are absolutely struggling. You could clearly tell by that just taking a glance at the stock price. It's only at $4.54, the lowest it's been all year and the lowest it's been since they went public. GoPro is struggling to sell all their action cameras, and partly I think this is due to the rise of the smartphone camera and the decline of action cameras in general. I mean, just your smartphone camera, it's waterproof. First of all, this is also waterproof, so it's similar there. And my phone could record 4K at 60, which this thing can record, albeit more expensive, but you have the phone for other purposes, and that's what a smartphone is for. It's not to be good at just one thing, and that's what this is. It's just good at one thing, while your smartphone is good at a variety of things. I got the GoPro Hero 6 for $500 when it first came out. Right away, as soon as it came out in October, I got this product, but it's now priced at $400, and then the Hero 5, which can record 4K at 30, that's at $300, and this new Hero, which record 1440p or 1080p if you want that, at 60 frames per second, which I think is just fine for the consumer. The brand new Hero is priced at $200. It's not this little session. It actually has a touchscreen just exactly like this. The same exact body, which means the same exact body. It's waterproof up to 10 meters, albeit it has a 10 megapixel camera. Who's really taking photos? It's still gonna look good, especially with that 1080p at 60 frames per second. That's what most people care about, the video, and this little GoPro for $200, it delivers. Do I regret purchasing the GoPro Hero 6? I know people may not want to hear it, but I do regret it, especially for $500. I mean, it's $400 right now. You're saving $100 just right off the bat. And really, personally, all I need is 1080p at 60 frames per second. I don't need 4K at 60, and that's kind of just overkill. I would be satisfied just saving $300 and getting a camera that is still waterproof by itself, which, I mean, is most important about the Hero 5 and Hero 6 body, and it's just still a GoPro with a touchscreen that can record at 1080p at 60 frames per second. That's all I need. I don't think this new Hero camera is gonna help GoPro that much because, like I said earlier, it's just the rise of the smartphone camera and the decline of all other cameras in general, and including of all those other cameras. Although all the professional cameras like the DSLRs and etc. above that, they're all gonna always be there because they're always gonna be higher quality than a smartphone camera. But all these little guys, which the quality is practically very similar, especially with my phone recording 4K at 60 frames per second, and phones you can find for $500 can record 4K at 30 frames per second. Not that different than the Hero 5 and the Hero 6, albeit this is a little bit more durable and waterproof. The smartphone camera is catching up, and that's why I think the GoPro is rapidly declining. Although I do have to say this new Hero camera is a great deal for all consumers, just to get a waterproof camera that can record 1080p at 60 frames per second with a 10 megapixel camera just for $200 with a 2-inch touchscreen. That's a great deal for the consumer. Just $200, that's really good. For me in the GoPro lineup, I think the Hero 6 is just for all the YouTubers or all the creators or action people that need the top-notch action camera at 4K at 60. That Hero 6 is gonna be there for them at $400. But the Hero 5, I think is kind of useless. I mean, you don't need a stopgap at $100. Why not just save $200, get 1080p at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second if you want that, and just buy the Hero for $200. It's really good deal. This deal is definitely not an April Fool's joke, but GoPro sure is becoming kind of a joke in general. They gotta step up the game somehow. I mean, they had the Fusion out, that was pretty innovative right there, a 360 camera. For $700, that's pretty good, that's waterproof. But like GoPro, you gotta do something. The GoPro Karma, that's a no-go. And especially with the GoPro Karma compared to the Mavic Air, the GoPro Karma harnesses the GoPro. So it has to have some heavy weight and heavy motors to lift up the GoPro for GoPro to have their drones holding the past GoPros, because DJI is beating up on GoPro and any other company in general. DJI DJI is just, they're really kicking the game out there. But GoPro, where are you? I want a GoPro Karma too. Just put something out there to compete with the Mavic Air. DJI is putting out a new, fresh, innovative drone every 6 months. The DJI Spark for $500, the DJI Mavic Air for $800, the DJI Mavic Pro Platinum for $1,100, and all other drones. DJI is absolutely killing the game. GoPro, you're really gonna have to step yourself up in action cameras, which I already think are pretty good, but in the drone section, if you want to save yourself, do something. If not, maybe even this year or maybe next year, I'm not going to be surprised to see the headline, GoPro goes bankrupt, and it's not going to be an April Fool's joke at all. But I'd love your opinion in the comment section below about the GoPro Hero, a $200 action camera that can record at 1080p at 60 frames per second. I'd love your opinion down below about that, and I'll see you in the next one.